sitting president will no longer enjoy immunity in criminal matters if the alteration being proposed to the 1999 Constitution by the Senate says through. The nation learns on Thursday. Also to lose immunity is the vice president, governors and their deputies in the impending alteration. This followed the second reading of a bill titled "A Bill for an Act to Alter the Provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 to qualify criminal liability for certain public officers under Section 308, sponsored by the Deputy Senate President, 1MMÀÑ1Ť. The explanatory memorandum of the bill states that this act provides for qualification of the immunity clause to exclude immunity for public officers referred to in Section 308 from criminal liability where the offense involves misappropriation of funds belonging to the federal, state or local government and also the use of thugs to foment violence. Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution as amended reads, 1. Notwithstanding anything to the contrary in this Constitution, but subject to subsection 2 of this section. A. No civil or criminal proceedings shall be instituted or continued against a person to whom this section applies during his period of office. B. A person to whom this section applies shall not be arrested or imprisoned during that period, either in pursuance of the process of any court or otherwise. And C. No process of any count or court requiring or compelling the appearance of a person to whom this section applies shall be applied for or issued, provided that in ascertaining whether any period of limitation has expired for the purposes of any proceedings against a person to whom this section applies, no account shall be taken of his period of office. 2. The provisions of subsection 1 of this section shall not apply to civil proceedings against a person to whom this section applies in of its official capacity or to civil or criminal proceedings in which such a person is only a nominal party. 3. This section applies to a person holding the office of president or vice president, governor or deputy governor, and the reference in this section to period of office is a reference to the period during which the person holding such office is required to perform the functions of the office. The proposed bill provides that a president, vice president, governors and deputy governors shall lose their immunity if they are investigated by security and anti-graft agencies, including the courts. The bill said in part that Section 308 of the Principal Act is altered by A. Substituting for subsection 2 a new subsection 2. 2. The provisions of subsection 1 of this section shall not apply. And under this A is to civil proceedings against a person to whom the section applies in his official capacity or to civil or criminal proceedings in which such a person is only a nominal party, and B. to persons who hold the office of vice president, governor or deputy if it is determined either by the Economic Financial Crime Commission, Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, Nigerian Police and State Security Service through a collaborative investigation that the said person is indicted by a court of competent jurisdiction for financial misappropriation of funds belonging to the federal, state or local government, or sponsoring of thugs to perpetrate violence that cause injury or death of political opponents, a member of his family, agent or personal representative. Also on Wednesday, a bill which prescribes a degree certificate as a minimum qualification for anyone aspiring to the office of the president also scaled second reading. The bill titled "A Bill for an Act to Alter the Provisions of the Constitutions of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999 to provide for the amendment of Section 65 of 2A, 131D, Section 106C, and Section 117D, therein to provide for minimum qualification for election into the National State Assembly, Office of the President and Governors, and other related matters, 2020, was sponsored by Senator Stephanos Gyang, Plateau North. The bill seeks to alter Section 131D, which This with minimum requirements for anyone ruling for the office of the president. Section 131D of the 1999 Constitution as amended states that the person seeking the office of the president must have been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. The bill said Section 131D is now rephrased to read, he has been educated up to at least HND level or its equivalent. The bill also seeks to alter Section 65 of 2A of the Constitution, which deals with the qualifications for intending members of the National Assembly. The existing law which the bill seeks to amend reads, a person shall be qualified for election under subsection 1 of this section if he has been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill said that Section 65(2)(a) should now be rephrased to read if he has been educated to at least national diploma level or its equivalent. For House of Assembly, the bill seeks the alteration of Section 106C of the 1999 Constitution as amended. According to the existing Section 106C of the 1999 Constitution as amended, anyone aspiring to be a member of the House of Assembly must have been educated up to at least the school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill proposed that Section 106C be rephrased to read if he has been educated up to national diploma level or its equivalent. The governor provisions applies to state governors. The bill seeks the alteration of Section 177D of the Constitution. Presently, Section 177D of the 1999 Constitution as amended provides that any person seeking the office of governor must have been educated up to at least school certificate level or its equivalent. However, the bill seeks that Section 177D be replaced to read if he has been educated up to at least higher national diploma level or its equivalent. A bill which seeks to legalize the 6 geopolitical zones in the country also scaled second reading. This is really interesting. The bill titled A Bill for an Act to Alter the Provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to give recognition to the 6 geopolitical zones and to further introduce a clear demarcation by creating the federal and state legislative list as a substitute for the existing legislative list and for other matters 2020 was sponsored by Senator Solomon Adiola, Lagos West. Other bills seeking to alter the constitution which scaled second reading and their sponsors include a bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to specify the period within which the president or governor of a state presents the appropriation bill before the National Assembly of House of Assembly and for other related matters 2020 by Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, Ekiti Central. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for the establishment of state police and ensure effective community policing in Nigeria and for matters connected thereto 2020 by Senator Surajuddin Ajibola, Osun Central. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to amend Section 138D and Section 139 of the Electoral Act 2010 by deleting Section 138D and adding a new subsection 3 to Section 139 to reduce the unlawful exclusion of a political party logo on a ballot paper, a pre-election matter and a related matters 2020 by Senator Isifanos Young, Plateau North. A bill of an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to replace the name Nigeria Police Force with Nigeria Police to reflect their core mandate of providing civil services and for related matters 2020 by Senator Opeyemi Bamidele, Ekiti Central. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to amend Section 81 to make provisions for amounts standing to the credit of security agencies in the Consolidated revenue found to be on first line charge and for connected matters 2020 by Senator Ibrahim Goba, Sokoto East. A bill for an act of to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to preclude the establishment of separate tribunals to hear and determine pre-election matters and election petition respectively in the presidential, national and state house of assembly and governorship elections and for related matters 2020 by Senator O.V. Omoagege, Delta Central. A bill for an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 to provide for establishment of state police and other related matters 2020 by Senator Ike Ekweremadu, Enugu West. So guys, you've heard all the changes and the amendments that these lawmakers are about to make. And one thing is that all of these bills, whether you want to say whether they are good or not, but how will all of this bill bring food to the table of the masses? How will it solve the insecurity? How will it solve, the economy? How will it move the country forward? Because that is just what most of the time they are just amending for election, for this thing, for public officers and all of that. But which bill that will really affect, that they're going to propose or they will want to amend, that will affect or will have a direct impact on an average man walking on the streets? That is the kind of bill we are talking about. All these bills are supposed to be good and fine, but the ones that will have a positive impact on the lives of the people, that is what we are talking about. They will never do that. It is just like, moving around circles. It's all about our election, this and that, qualification. It's all about them, the public officers. It's all about them. So guys, that is just the way I'm trying to see it. So I know you might want to see it from a different angle. Let's see and hear your own opinion, from the comment section. Thank you.